heck is she doing? And that was when I reached out. I was like, what are you up to now?
Yep. Famous last words.
Yep. What are you up to now? And you put me in our information page, and I honestly was in there for like 4 weeks and didn't even look at it. I really looked at it just briefly, but I was so like, I was just so burnt. I had PTSD of MLM.
Yep.
You know, and it was just, I don't know. I was done. I thought, you know, I built $1 million business and won, and it's slowly declining because of decisions made at the corporate level, and I didn't have anything in me to do it. I remember sending you those texts, and you're like, okay, I get it. You know, you didn't push, you didn't let, you didn't pester me. You gave me space. You were really good, really, really good. No, you were, and that's why I signed up with you, because you have your integrity is at the highest level, and that I know, and you're a workhorse, and that's who I wanted to align myself with.
Oh,
You know, but yeah, you gave me space, and then when I asked, you gave me the information, you know, and then you brought in your upline. Your upline's upline.
mm-hmm.
And then their upline.
And
you know, so I saw the teamwork. I saw the teamwork, right? I saw the teamwork. So that was a big selling point. And that text that I sent you 3 days before I signed up was what it was. It was, I have no interest in coming over if I'm the only one going to be earning money. It is very important it is very important to me that my downline earns an income also.
Yep.
And you wrote back literally 30 seconds later, why do you think I'm here? Why do you think we're all here?
Yep.
I'm helping 2 people pass me as we speak.
Yep.
I was like, okay, we're canceling in 2 days, 3 days, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That was it.
And I remember, you know, when we were having those conversations, and having come from a place where I did not really have an upline and I didn't have support, when I came into this business and saw that we had an actual business school, you know, for a phys ed teacher to be able to spew stuff about cash flow quadrant and, you know, creating systems and how jobs create money, but systems create wealth. I didn't know any of that stuff beforehand, but I also had the confidence in that upline support between Melissa and Kim and Rick. And then even, you know, we got to have a call with the owner of the company. And where does that ever happen? The accessibility that we had with everybody around us was, I mean, it was even blowing my mind as we were going through the process. I'm like, this is so simple. Why is everyone else not doing this? You know, it was because we have that system in place of, all right, we have got our initial conversation. We've got the third party, you know, information page to give you the information. Here's what the products are. Here's what the business is. Ask your questions. Done. So simple.
Done.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
That's right. Wash, rinse, repeat.
I love it. And you guys, you know, coming in, you've had some really, really incredible success in the 2 months that we've been doing this. And you know, we got to sit next to each other in Salt Lake City, and having only met like the week before we went was kind of cool too. And just so everybody knows, this was all social media. We had never met in person. So, you know, keeping those connections with people that you follow through social media, whether they're a leader in a company or just an industry trainer or whoever they might be, whatever they're doing, those connections are super, super important, because you can end up in situations like these where you're bringing over 6 and 7 figure earners who have the experience and the ability that we teach people. They come in and it's like the whole entire world changes. So when we got to sit next to each other in Salt Lake City, I remember the look on your Christine's face when they announced the name of our new collagen product, which was
Eternal.
What a coup, right?
Yep. That, for those that don't know, that was the name of our team when I joined. We had to come up with a username, so I just wrote Eternal Fit, you know, and we have a website, you know, teameternalfit.com. There's a little plug, you know, and because we never branded ourselves for products, we were able to take that site, change a couple pages, and now it's good for our company now.
Yeah,
Like, you know, that's why you don't brand yourself with products, right? You never know,
totally.
you know, and yeah, and now we have a little bit of a kind of a little training page on there for our team, just very basics, just kind of the dumping grounds for one-stop shopping. But yeah, it's that was just truly meant to be. My wife literally had tears in her eyes when
It was
when
so incredible.
they said
I
that.
looked
Yeah,
over at you guys and it was like, oh my God, this is
kidding.
really happening.
I know, it's so crazy.
So let's talk
It
a little bit about like the roles that we were both in our other companies. I think we've talked about this numerous times. We always felt like we were in management mode because we were constantly having to recreate the wheel or create these systems. Talk to me about the business school and what you have noticed and what you've seen. Like what kind of value has that brought to you when you've been building here?
one of the things, the main thing is, you know, everybody says, oh, you got to, you know, you got to put out good content. You got to put out good content. And, you know, and everyone says, well, where do I get content? Well, you got to create it. Well, we don't. We have, what is there, 250 videos back there that we watch. You know, I haven't gotten through maybe 15 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you take notes, and then there's your content for your next video. There's a content for a post. There's your stuff, you know. And with Rick going live in there 3 times a week, I've only been able to watch 3 live. I go back and watch the replay because I've been so busy helping my downline. You know, I haven't been able to watch many live. But it's to have somebody spend that much time per week. And it hasn't been just since I signed up. That's why there's so many videos back there. He's been doing this for 20 months, 22 months, whatever the team is. And it's absolutely incredible the retention that we get because of that.
Yep.
You know, people leave businesses because if it's not because of a corporate change, people drop out because they're not getting any value from their upline. They're not getting any value to help keep them building. This is ridiculous. And I'm not hyping anything up, and I'm not. This is what got me to walk away from a multiple 6-figure income, you know, 3,500 on my downline, you know, 5,000 customer base, and, you know, all the accolades that came with that, which absolutely meant nothing. But, you know, it was the teamwork that I saw from you and the rest of the people when you were recruiting me, and you guys spent hours on the video chat with us.
Yep.
Multiple times. I mean, there was one that was like 3 hours. We were just going back and forth, you know, and everything was, we work for you. Yep. I'm like, what? These people are freaks. What are they talking about? They work for me. And that has not stopped. Yep. Since I have signed up. And that is what I teach down, and I help and teach and translate that to my downline also. You know, when I brought a founding member from my last company over here 3 or 4 days ago, I'm explaining this to her, and she's like, you have to be kidding me. I'm like, no, this is how it works. This is how you build an empire, you know? And so that's the big thing is there's so much value from the business school. Yeah. that you can take and utilize, not just in this kind of business, but anything else. You know, this is knowledge that you should just have in general, you know, and we're able to translate this business to somebody that normally would say no.
Correct. Yeah, let's talk about that too, with our ability to help, you know, these small business owners who, you know, they're living passion, they're living their dream, they opened their store or their massage place or their, you know, maybe it's even, you know, these people are all pouring their hearts and souls into something, but, you know, when you, at the end of the day, they're really trading time for dollars. And let's talk about how, you know, the education that we've gotten from our business school, how can we translate that to, you know, we lead with the business education and financial literacy. How can we provide that to, you know, help these small business owners understand the power of passive income?
So I have I'll answer that. I have a friend of mine who I've known for over 30 years, He owns a small business. He owns 2 locations, and he's successful, but he has to work there all the time. And this is somebody I used to go mountain biking with, and now I never ride with him because he's always there. And I said, you have employees so you can take time off. Like, let's go. Let's go have some fun. And he's just like, yeah, but then, nobody does it as good as I do. I don't make as much money. And I'm like, so why have the business then? And this is something that he has seen me do the last 7 years. And he joined my last business for a little bit of time, and he just never really got it. Never got out of that mindset of just selling products, because that's what he's known. That's what he does. He's good at it. He's very good at it. But he's been in retail for a long time, and he just never really got it. And he also never put the work in to learn it correctly. So, but he's working all the time. 2 locations. He's got massive expenses. He's got employees. Half of them don't show up half the time, and then he's got to go in anyway, right? There's just so many headaches. And I'm over here working out of my house, earning a lot more income, and I don't have the overhead. I don't have the headaches. I don't have to deal with employees.
Yep.
I don't have employees. I have CEOs underneath me that are all, that are all dreaming, that create and put power behind what they do.
Absolutely.
Difference than having, a bunch of high school kids for employees that are working for beer money.
Right.
Or college kids, I should say. It's different, and it's not for everybody, and it's not for him, and he knows that. But I still see the pain points that he has, and I've explained it to him, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink,
Yeah. I had a conversation the other day with my landscaper, and I mean, we both live in Connecticut. We've had an absolutely atrocious summer. It's probably the wettest one we've ever had. And he couldn't go away for Labor Day weekend with his family because he had so much time and ground, literally and figuratively, to make up, because he couldn't work. You can't go out there and cut grass when it's pouring rain, and he had to stay back at home while his family went away. And it broke my heart to see that. And, I've had the conversation about, how passive income could make a difference. And of course, his excuse is, well, I don't have the time because I've got to work this business. And it's like, we can show you how to trade your time for wealth, or you can keep doing trading your time for dollars.
Yeah. And what people don't understand is they think, oh, I don't have the time. One, I want people that don't have time.
Right.
Because busy people are successful people. And number 2, I had a landscaping business, and I built this business part-time. These types of businesses, network marketing, they're designed to be built part-time. You don't quit your job and then say, all right, I'm going to build an empire in network marketing, and I'm going to be, I'm going to make a ton of money in 3 months. No. You build it part-time. I remember being on the lawn. Hey, Caitlin, how are you? I remember being literally on the lawnmower, mowing lawns. I had 58 accounts I did myself. And my sponsor would call me, about our company. Hey, I got so-and-so. And I would literally shut the mower off because I had those, earmuffs. And I would keep my phone plugged in on there purposely in case the phone rang. I would kill the mower right in the middle of the lawn, take the call, and work that business. And it got me so fired up, because every single time you work that business, you're putting in time for money. You're not trading hours for dollars. You put in time for money, and then eventually you have something that is really, really incredible. First, in these businesses, you work a lot for a little, then you work a little for a lot. And most people don't stick with it enough to get there. But when you have a team like we have, leader backed by leader, people with experience that have all come together, it's a whole new ball game. In my other business, we were bringing people in. Everybody was new to the industry. Everybody was new. Because of what we have here, the new people coming in, they're growing even faster.
Yep.
Because of the experience that they're surrounded by. So I built it part-time. And then once it got to a certain point, it didn't make sense to have the landscaping company anymore. It's like, See ya. I sold it. Done.
That must have been an
And
awesome deal.
it was. It was. And the funny thing is I wasn't making that much money when I sold it. I was actually making $350 a week. And I remember calling my sponsor. I'm like, hey, I'm going to get rid of the landscaping business and I'm going all in. He's like, oh, okay. And I said, well, I got a plan. I can live off of some of the money from the landscaping business, right? That'll help. And then that was in April or May. By the end of June, we got it to $1,000 a week. And that's roughly what I was bringing in after expenses with the landscaping business. That cost me 30 grand to start.
And how much time, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we got it to $1,000 a week. And then in July, right, that was my 1 year anniversary in that company, in that business. We made $33,000. Great, right? So that's my 1 year anniversary. Now, this is what most people don't understand. You're at your 1 year anniversary. All right, we're at 33 grand. That's your starting point for year two.
Right.
Right? So the next 12 months, we got it to 133 grand. That's the next starting point for year three.
Yep.
Right? We went to 238,000 that year. And a lot of people never heard this because, we were told not to talk about it when we were in the other company because they really didn't want to be a network marketing company. So you can't talk about it. It's all about other stuff. But the fact of the matter is, and then we go to another year, we jump another 100 grand. And then we go another year and we went up about, what we got, year 5. So we went up about, I think maybe 20 grand. And then boom, things change. And now we lose 150, right?
Yep.
So I asked people, you go to work for somebody that pays you, say 100 grand a year, and then the next year you're going to make 65, and then the year after that, which we were projected to, another 25% loss this year, would you stay?